Hello and welcome back to Chess of Blades, and I don't exactly remember what we did last time. I remember something about us being with Franz. There was an arena. That's about it. That's as much as I remember. So anyways, oh yeah, I think we thought that the culprit is a girl. Now I'm remembering. Okay. Now it's slowly coming back to me now that I'm thinking about it. So, sighing, I return to Franz's side, mulling over this new clue. A nervous feeling curls in the pit of my stomach when I compare the fighter's description of the maid to the woman I met earlier. Which I highly doubt, sir.
Excuse me.
Tall guard irritatedly elbows his way past us, and I realize with some embarrassment that we're standing in the middle of the busy path. Oh. I grab Franz's wrist and tug him a little bit out of the way, offering an apologetic nod to the guard as he shuffles past.
What do you think about all this then, Franz?
When an immediate reply doesn't come, I inquisitively glance over to the tall man who seems to be lost in thought. His eyes are focused in the distance, towards the same direction that the annoyed guard stalked off in. I nudge his side impatiently. He blinks for a moment before directing his emerald gaze down at me.
Ah, kitten. As much as it pains me, I believe I'll need to leave your side for a little while. Can you stay out of trouble until I'm back?
Okay then. We shall try, I guess.
Fine. Whatever you wish. I suppose I'll see you when I see you.
Okay. His response surprises me a little, so my words come out sounding somewhat surely. Franz pauses, lips curling in a devilish
Has
smirk.
parting become a sweet sorrow? You don't seem as keen on getting rid of me this time.
That is true.
You're just my bodyguard, you know. Don't go getting a swell head.
My flustered reply elicits a chuckle from Franz, who lowers himself in a bow. A moment later, he slips off into the crowd, and I lose sight of his broad back in the sea of people. Where is he going off to so suddenly, anyway? Seemed fairly distracted. Some kind of idea pop into his head. Oh gosh. So, let me just take a moment. I don't know if anyone's had this drink. Wait, hold on. Can you even see this? Hold on. This is not free. This is free after. Lacronix? A kiwi sandia? I don't know if anyone's ever had this drink, but there's a chance I might be a bit gassy. Thanks to this, I've like hardly even drank it. So I'm probably gonna pause every now and then just to burp. So sorry if you might hear it, or I might take a while, but yeah. Just want to know, if anyone's had this drink, does this also make anyone else a bit gassy? Well, you can't even read it because it's upside, it's like flipped because of the camera. Never mind, it's pointless trying to show you it. But yeah, I've hardly drank it, and I'm like, yeah, it might be a bit gassy for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, on to the game, not advertising this drink that is basically flavored water, I guess. Anyways, just wanted to mention that as all. It's feeling a little disheartened. I slowly make my way back to the castle, shoving my hand moodily into my pockets. The afternoon sun beats down on me heavily, helping to sap away my previous energy and enthusiasm. It's hard to shake a sense of frustration from having all these pieces that don't fit together too. And I have no idea who my opponent is, even though I sense some of the moves, what? Even though I sense some of the moves they're making. No more importantly do I have an opponent. I've only been going off of Franz's word that I'm being targeted. Maybe I'm just deluding myself into a sense of danger when nothing's really there. But there is that note that Hazel gave me earlier. I forgot to ask Franz what he thought about it, but perhaps it's better I didn't. Probably related to what happened before, though I doubt it could be from the murderer. Seems like too blatant of a trap. Damn it, all this is too confusing. Right, we got the note. Now I'm not sure if we should trust it. I gloomily pushed my way through the castle door, then to the main hall, intent on returning to my room's solitude for at least a little while. Social gatherings are bad enough without all this deadly intrigue laid up top.
Ah, sir. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure, who the hell are you? Oh, the butler, Silas. Turned to see Silas approaching me from one side of the hall, his long strides carrying him forward quickly.
Hello, Silas. What is your fastidious self up to this fine afternoon?
Silas' brows creases slightly, his expression indicating some degree of concern.
Lady Valora came to me just a few minutes ago, seeming quite distressed. She asked to speak with you, but as I did not know your whereabouts, I directed her to your room instead. I'm afraid I opened it using the servant's spare key. I hope it was not too invasive of your privacy, but Lady Valora was very distraught indeed.
Oh, lovely. I suppose Lance gave her the briefing, talked about a nightmare vacation. I must feel sorry for her.
As long as you didn't rummage through my underwear drawer, I think I can excuse your invasion of my room.
That seems like an action more befitting of Sir Shermont, if I may say so, sir.
Shermont? Who's Shermont? Gave Silas a puzzled look at the mention of an unfamiliar name. He blinks at me curiously.
Sir Franz Shermont, the nephew of the Peruvian king. I had noticed him following you closely since you arrived, despite his tendency to keep a low profile.
Oh, maybe he's the one who gave us the note. Stared blankly at Silas with my jaw agape. Franz is part of a royal family?
I beg your pardon, sir. I only remember his identity due to my age. He made frequent visits to our kingdom along with the Peruvian ambassador, you see.
Oh, so he was lying about who he is too. Well then, hello. I should probably try to get more information. Let's mind if I get some more information. I don't know if this is a bad thing or a good thing, so I can't constrain my curiosity any longer. I want to learn the truth behind Franz's secretive past. Even if it comes back to bite me later, I don't know what it could possibly achieve, but if he's going to insist on sticking to me through this whole celebration, I have the right to be interested in his motives, don't I?
Silas, this is important. What else do you know about Franz? Why he's here, who he's with, his friends, his enemies?
I feel like there's too many questions all at once. The butler looks a little taken back at my not-so-subtle question. Yeah, but his eyes soon glimmer with a sly light.
I am not privy to Sir Chaumont's secrets, I'm afraid, sir. He seems quite taken with you, however. So perhaps you may have some luck asking him yourself.
Oh, okay then. I silently grit my teeth together in frustration. I feel like I should have expected this. So Silas has to know more than just that. Is he not telling me out of consideration for Franz's privacy?
However, he has also shown a great interest towards the young lady Celeste. He has consistently eyed her since the celebration started, I believe.
The perceptive, or maybe just nosy, butler chuckles a little to himself, shaking his head.
Celeste, is it? I see.
Strange, uncomfortable annoyance tightens in my stomach when I hear Silas's words. I have to remember Franz's playboy prince isn't just an act. But why does he keep following me around then? Does he think I'll eventually give in to him just because he's tall and charismatic? Maybe. Well, he's completely out of his mind. I refuse to waste my time on someone like that, regardless of whether he thinks he has my best interest at heart. I wouldn't be surprised if he's been stringing me along with lies all this time just for amusement's sake. To be quite honest.
Your face has grown rather flushed, sir. Do you require a visit to the infirmary?
No, nothing like that. I'm fine. I'll be going to my room now, I think. But thanks for your help, Silas.
Of course, sir. Should you need anything, please do not hesitate to request my services.
Well, okay then. Well, probably will at some point, but I mean, we don't really get a choice, whatever. After a slow nod to the butler before turning towards the stairs, closing my eyes with a long exhale. I don't really know what to think anymore. Father, how on earth did you survive playing games like chess for 30 years? All this information, misinformation, conspiracies, isn't as if it's as if I'm a pawn on a board where I can't see more than one step ahead.
Maybe I should give up the aristocracy and become a monk instead.
So, mumbling to myself, I return to my room with heavy steps, all but dragging my feet as I head down the corridors. On my way, I pass by a happily chatting couple, probably on their way down to the festival.
I can't wait until the masquerade ball. Are you going to romance me like a mysterious stranger, Gerard?
Of
Gerard.
course, love. Even in a sea of masks, I have eyes only for you.
I don't know why, but the image of what I'm thinking of this guy doesn't seem like he looks like a good-looking person at all. I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking of like some sort of creep. What is with that voice? Okay. Cast the queuing pair, sword glance, but they're too God, I can't speak. Enraptured with each other to even notice me. There we go. Disgusting lovebirds. I bet he's probably cheating on the girl with her sister or something. Well, I mean, my imagination of who I think it is might be correct or something. Officially got my key, I unlock my room door and step inside, about to let out a heavy sigh of relief.
Rivian, why in the god's name did you not tell me about this last night?
Aw. I forgot about my uninvited guest. Suppose I should have known she'd be a bit testy over me not giving her all the details earlier. Valora, who had been primarily sitting in the chair by the fireplace, quickly pushes up to her feet, storms over to me.
Apologies, Aunt Valora. I wasn't sure if the Inquisitor was alright with me leaking any sensitive information, you know.
Leaking? You know as well as I do that I was to be informed regardless. I've been running around trying to patch up this crisis all morning, while you were out goofing around.
Okay, well, let me fix it. I don't know why, but, I've been trying to fix the audio, trying to balance the music and the voices. Okay, let me lower the music just a bit. I'll increase the sound on OBS. I don't know why, audio seems a bit strange this time around. I don't know why. Also, I don't even know if the audio's even fine on video, and until I actually finish it. Anyways, well, that's just not fair, is it? She's the one who's foreign advisor. What do I have to do with it?
Actually, I was looking into more details about the murder for my own, private investigation, so to speak.
Okay. Also, that seemed much more louder. Whoops!
Oh, really? Well, what did you find out? The King's men are investigating as well, but if no culprit is discovered, things will surely end in a crisis.
I can't help but blink a little at her serious questioning. I was expecting her to blow off my investigation, considering how unqualified I am, but maybe she has enough faith in Father to extend to me a little as well. Although I can't help but wonder if that's more of a bad thing than a good one.
Deal, unfortunately. I did glean that one of the witnesses is trying to protect some woman, and one of the maids was seen acting suspiciously close to the time of the murder, however.
One of the maids, are you sure about that? I'll have them rounded up and questioned immediately.
Wait, let's not be too hasty. Could I not question the girl myself a bit first? I don't think we should rush to conclusions, you know.
Laura gives me a flat, stern glare, her eyes filled with a skeptical glint.
This is a diplomatic disaster, Rivian. If a culprit is not found and punished, we will never be able to repair relations with Proevia.
Did she just say the ambassador was from Previa? I wonder if Franz has been so invested in all this. Oh yeah, as part of the Previan royal family.
More importantly, I suspect something very sinister is at work here. This incident reminds me of something that happened years ago. Something that involved a group intent on plunging the continent into chaos.
The chillness in Valora's eyes almost makes me shiver. She looks deadly serious, and I sense an ominous undercurrent in her words.
An underground cult known as the Disciples of Ignatius has been plaguing our government for some time now. They work to destabilize authority, and though we don't know what their true aim is, they are dangerously skilled at what they do.
But I imagine they've been stopping. Leo, my dog keeps coming in and out. Leo, do I need to show everyone? Hold on. Leo, there. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. I'm just gonna have my dog in my lap, so he'll kind of be showing a bit here. Yeah, come on. This is so much more uncomfortable than I thought it was gonna be. Hello, Leo. You wanna show yourself? Just a little, even though you probably can't really tell. Anyway, so I forgot. I was gonna say something about the cult. All right. I imagine they were stopped at
You
one
think
point.
one of their members killed the ambassador then? Do you think they'll try to strike again?
Her lips press together tightly, and she lowers her voice a
I
little.
suspect they will. And for your own sake, you had best stop interacting with foreigners at this gathering any more than necessary. We can barely trust those inside our own borders at present, and anything you do may be turned against you.
Well, imagine Franz is at least trustworthy enough. I swallow, averting my gaze a little uneasily. Now that I think about it, Elias probably complained to her about Franz's appearance last night, and I'm sure she knows who he is. Valora watches me kneeling for a moment, and somehow I glimpse the same determination in her expression that I so often seen on Franz's face. Soon, though, she sighs and smooths out her clothes a little, taking a few steps towards the door.
I'm going to see about this questioning of the maids. We are sorely lacking in evidence, so I intend to hunt down every bloody clue that I can find. Inform Linnaeus should anything else come to light, Rivian.
Linnaeus? That was Linus. Okay.
And make sure not to blemish your father's name by getting caught up in anything else unsavory. The last thing your family needs is a scandal.
Well, too late. That is far gone at this point. Since we're going with Franz. With that flippant comment, the old woman offers a sigh before leaving my room, slamming the door behind her.
Old bat.
With a mixture of anxiety and anger, I fold my arms over my chest and pace around the chamber. Franz, could he really be involved in this in a deeper way than I knew of? I'm starting to wonder what else he hasn't told me. If he knows of these disciples, or if he could even be one of them, I doubt. To make sure my door is locked, I head over to the bed and lower myself down on the edge, fishing out the piece of paper from my pocket. I hesitate for a moment, but finally unfold, scan over the contents once more, swallowing the foreboding feeling in my throat. Meet me tonight alone. A warning for you. Despite how clearly dangerous this is, Leo, I just can't shake the feeling that it's something more than a trap. If someone had really wanted me dead, surely they could have slept poison to my tea this morning, since apparently I didn't notice them sneaking up behind me. More importantly, meeting this person seems like the only way I could get any answers, or at least a clue as to what's going on. Maybe I could ask Silas to wait nearby or something, just for safety's sakes? I'd ask Franz, except, well, his familiar manner pushed down my guard more than it should have. I think I've been trusting him far too much. Now we're trusting him enough. Besides, there's probably some truth to what my cron, an aunt, was saying. Maybe planning to betray me when it's more convenient.
Oh, stupid games.
I'm tired too. With a yawn, I fall back on the bed, stretching my arms out as I sink into the fluffy divat. The early evening sun lazily gleams in through the window just bright enough to make me feel comfortably warm. Do I actually nap through this? My eyes flutter closed and the blackness that follows, images from today and last night play themselves. Blemish my father's name? Find this culprit and show Valora and follow I could live in this cutthroat world as well as they can. Then I take a nice long nap. Well, so chilly. Where's the blanket? Oh. My still clothes, I fumble around for the covers hazily. Wait a minute, I'm not under any blankets. Where are my damn blankets? Partly force myself upright, glancing around in confusion. Inside my window, the sky is dark. Bloody hell, I must have fallen asleep after I came back from the festival.
Shit.
Pushing out the bed, I hastily smooth my clothes and hair out, shaking my head to clear the residue drowsiness. Hope I'm not too late for that meeting. To be fair, they did say tonight with that indication of time, so they better still be there.
God bless my
Damn.
narcoleptic soul.
Well, I guess I don't get a choice of whether or not I go to her or not, so after making sure I look at least most presentably, I slip out into the corridor, closing my door behind me with a soft chick. I'm like checking her now and then if you could even see my dog. Leo, do you want to leave with that bitch? You've been bugging me. Is this what you get? Keep me on camera for a bit. Or at least I'm done with this recording. Just like 10 more minutes. Though it's almost eerily quiet. You seem comfortable. At least you feel comfortable. Anyways, not being distracted. Almost eerily quiet. Fine, dog. Fine. Wanna leave. Hold on. One more show of you. Yeah. You just want me to go in bed again. Anyway, it's almost eerily quiet, leading me to believe most everyone's already retired to their rooms. I've been so used to hearing the corridors filled with chatter streaming in from the main hall. This silence makes me a little uneasy. Footsteps echo back to me in an ominous rhythm. I start unthinkingly holding my breath as I walk along.
Someone's up late. Heading to a midnight meeting with your secret lover.
Who the fuck are you? What the? The voice of a girl passing by makes me nearly jump out of my skin. Can't even see where she is in the thick darkness, but the voice doesn't resemble anyone I know. Seems to be chewing on something though. It smells like one of those delicious cakes I had at the festival earlier.
I'm going to play with some mysterious man. You should be careful. Everyone has so many hidden secrets.
She sounds drunk? I think.
Yes, well, have a pleasant evening.
The flustered bow to the unseen maiden, turn and sprint in the opposite direction, clenching my teeth together. Probably some drunk noble girl returning to her home. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was right, she did seem drunk. Being reminded of secrets makes my mood immediately darken. She's not wrong, Franz is probably keeping more secrets from me than I can count. Before long, I arrive at the grand staircase leading into the main hall. This place, too, is completely silent and pervaded by a thick darkness, to the point where it's practically unrecognizable from its glowing beauty during the day. I know it's silly to be so put on edge by different atmosphere, but I'm ruffled enough from this whole walk into a potential trap business that I think I'm allowed to be a bit of a scaredy cat.
Listening, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Goosebumps break out on my skin as I descend the stairs, trot towards the side corridor Emily told me about earlier. glancing over my shoulder now and then at various noises of the night. I mean, in a situation where there's a killer around, I mean, it makes sense to be a bit paranoid. So let's just hope no one follows me down here. I'm not sure what would be worse, being shaken in the back, being shanked in the back, not shaken. Being shanked in the back, or being called out for acting like a boy without his teddy bear. So at the dark hall, I wind my way past various rooms, all of them clearly more functional and less oriented than the guest chambers upstairs. Peek into a number of them to try and spot the portrait that was mentioned in the note, but I can't seem to find it. Up to myself anxiously comb through more of the seemingly endless rooms, losing my way for a good few minutes. Good sense of direction never was one of my strong suits. Couldn't they have at least drawn me a map on the back of this damn note?
Ah, is this the place?
At last, while walking past an open door, I noticed a large eye-catching painting inside the room. The pompous crown certainly gives it away, so this might be the one. Holding my breath, I tentatively step into the chamber, my eyes darting around to catch any trance of movement. Seems empty, surprisingly empty, however, save for a plethora of crates and boxes.
Hello? Anyone else here for a late night rendezvous?
When no reply immediately comes, my heart falls in my chest. Am I too late? Did I miss my chance to finally glean some information?
Oh, you're here.
Wait, who is this? Who he's speaking to? Also, this sounds like a girl. I constantly yelp and jump around to face the source of the voice, which stems from a shadowy corner. Wait a second, it's her! My gaze falls on a slender girl sitting on the ground, pushes herself up to her feet as she watches me with a
Celeste?
frown.
You wrote this note?
Of course I did. Next time, though, could you not make me wait further, please? I fall asleep on the cold floor, you know.
As if her comment was expected to inspire some deep sympathy or guilt inside me, Celeste pouts, shivering theatrically.
Well, bring a blanket next time then, and be more specific with your cryptic notes.
Can't help but feel a little disappointed and annoyed. This girl, surely she can't have any real information about what's going on. We only met briefly, but she seemed a bit, well, airheaded.
How horrible you are. And here I was, trying to help you. I only met you once, but you made my heart flutter enough that I wanted to warn you.
Warn me? Warn me about what exactly? The upcoming fashion trends or latest hairstyles, perhaps?
Celeste sighs heavily, shaking her head. And then after hesitating a moment, she steps a little closer, motioning for me to lean down. I reluctantly comply, tilting my head to let her quietly speak into my
I didn't
ear.
tell you this before, but my father's an ambassador, you know. He knows lots about what's happening, especially because he's good friends with your Inquisitor.
Oh. Blink, my nose wrinkling a little at the mention of Linus. More importantly, though, does that mean Celeste is aware of what happened
My father
yesterday?
survived several sabotage attempts from a cult called the Disciples of Ignatius. And he
Oh, it
thinks
is
they
them.
killed the Peruvian ambassador to stop the alliance talks going on.
Alliance talks? Don't tell me there's been some sort of secret meeting going on behind all this.
Of course, Papa said the party was a ruse to get ambassadors and nobles from a few countries together to feel out a partnership. Through now, obviously. Matters do tend to do that.
Now that I think about what Celeste says makes sense. It's not a coincidence, then, that people with important positions like Linus and Valora are here. Speaking of Valora, she must have known about the talks, not to mention the purpose of the whole party. Wonder what her role in all this is.
I'm still confused as to how you're involved, though. Do you just eavesdrop on your father's business all day?
Celeste gives me a hurt look for a moment, but then her expression turns a little serious.
Actually, I saw the murderers last night.
Oh, she actually saw them. I stare at her intently, trying to see if she's playing around or obviously lying, but the girl seems completely
I was walking
honest.
out for a bit of fresh air after dinner, and suddenly I spotted two figures crouching in the bushes. I couldn't make out who they were, only that one was big and wearing something unusually bulky, and the other was much smaller. They didn't notice me, thankfully, because they were talking to each other. I saw you too, walking on the other side of the bushes. Didn't you hear them at all?
I can feel the blood draining from my face a little as Celeste recounts her story. Those people whispering, I did hear them right before I encountered Arden.
But
Didn't
how
I?
did you know they were murderers? Some shady whispers don't mean they're criminals.
Well, when I started suspecting that something was happening, I hid in the bushes myself. That was when the ambassador came outside. He must have been tricked by one of them because he was completely alone. He headed deeper into the gardens, past where you'd been standing. And when I looked back to the figures, they had disappeared. I had a bad feeling about it, so I went to tell one of the guards. And sure enough, they found the ambassador dead soon after.
Oh, so that's how they found him. An unsubtle expression comes across Celeste's face as she lowers her gaze. Although something about her personality tells me she's probably familiar with such grisly things, considering her father's important
The
position.
murderers didn't see you then? Do you think you're safe?
I'm quite sure I am, but I know they noticed you, Rivian. They stopped whispering when you came close, and they watched you after your cute friend walked up. It's a good thing he found you, honestly. Either way, I think they suspect you saw them, or at least know about them. And one of the new friends I met here told me he accidentally involved you in things last night.
Oh, that's right, because the kid, whatever his name was looking for Celeste before. I swallow, feeling small beads of perspiration curl along my hairline. Friends' guess may have been right. Perhaps they're looking for me after all.
Your new friend, eh? Are you talking about that bratty, stammering boy, Alistair?
Alistair, that's what it was. Okay.
Don't talk about him like that. He's such a darling little thing. Although, he's keeping some kind of secret, I think. He got all nervous when I asked him some questions. This time it's something about protecting someone.
Oh, so he wasn't protecting Celeste. But the other person was bulky. I'm feeling somehow Alistair was the small, slender person Celeste mentioned. But then who's the bulky person? The only bulky person I could think of that we met is Franz and that guy in the arena. Well, that sounds familiar. Boy definitely has more information than I need. But I just have to find some way to get it out of him.
Anyway, I just wanted to tell you to be careful. If the disciples are behind this, they won't want to leave behind anyone who can know their identities. You could be in real danger.
Ah, that's just lovely. Well, Celeste, you best watch out for yourself too. You might have been spotted as well, and it seems like you saw much more than I did.
She lets out a little giggle, shaking her head confidently. I'm really starting to doubt whether she takes all of this seriously enough. Life or death matters should not induce giggling.
I can take care of myself. Besides,
Get down!
Huh? When an urgent yell suddenly cuts through the air, I instinctively grab Celeste and pull her down to the floor. Split second later, a large crossbow bolt thunks into the wall just behind us. With my heart nearly exploding in my chest, my eyes shoot up to the doorway. There, a heavily armored figure stands with a crossbow point directly at us. What? That? No, it can't be. A guard? The guard grunts in disgust, throws the crossbow to one side, pulling out a blade from his scabbard at his side and said, focus, however, doesn't seem to be on us anymore. Instead, he turns aside, suddenly raising his sword defensively. Loud clanging resounds throughout the air, and the guard staggers back into the room. The figure falls after him with long strides as...
Franz!
Franz? Before I can even stop myself, I call it... I mean, I did the same thing too! Well, I mean, this is probably good enough time as ever to end the video. Worst timing, I know. So, yeah, I'll end here. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to know what the heck Fraud is doing here, go to the subscribe button to be notified of the next part. Got anything to say in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Comrades.